Well, this is the lineup for the women's single sculls, with in lane 4 Ekaterina Karsten, the Atlanta and Sydney champion, looking to make amends for missing out on a third Olympic gold 4 years ago in Athens to Germany's now retired Katrin Rutschau-Stomporowski.
Attention.
And that's a good clean start, and I think Karsten is going to be looking to go out really hard in this. She has dominated the World Cup season, and she's dominated the world of single sculling, and there we see her, just a lower rating than the other scullers, but incredibly well connected, bows straight out in front.
Indeed, Martin, at 36, she may be the senior member of the class, but she comes here with this fantastic record, unbeaten in her singles since 2005. But on the far side there, Mirka Napkova also making a strong start. But some worries, Martin, because even in the semi-finals, she seemed to be a little under the weather.
I know, for the silver medalist in all the World Cups this season, that's quite strange for her to be out there in the outside lane. And, you know, it's been like that throughout the Olympic regatta. We've seen illness in a lot of the teams, and, you know, certainly in the men's singles to come, that's going to be the case, I know, with Rob Waddell. But many people fancy Napkova here to take this title. I was talking to Tor Nielsen, and he said he thought this was her year. I think he may have revised the opinion after the semi-finals, but certainly now she's absolutely taking the race to the field.
Well, it's interesting, Martin, because we've seen her race out in front in the World Cup and be hauled back. We've seen her try to come from behind. Neither have quite worked. Well, will this be the day?
Yeah, it's interesting tactics when you're racing someone like Karsten, because Napkova knows that she probably hasn't quite got a finishing sprint in the end of a 2K race to beat her. So, you know, can she get enough distance on her in the first part of the race? And Karsten won't be worried about this. I mean, she knows the tactics, and she's sat behind a lot of scullers and overhauled them. So I don't think she'll be worried at this stage.
And already coming to the end of the first quarter, Napkova with a decent advantage here. The rest of them pretty well in a line. Just Michalska struggling closest to you there in lane number 6.
And 1:46, quite a decent time. And, you know, if Napkova is a little bit under the weather, then she may have to pay for that first 500, which was so scorching. And I would expect the field to come back to her now. I think Karsten's going to move back. I think Napkova really has got to start making a challenge in the middle part of this race if she's going to shine at this regatta.
Mirka Napkova, who's enlisted in her team, no less a person than Katarina Neumanova, the Olympic 30-kilometer Nordic ski champion from Torino 2006, to help her with the psychological approach to her racing. Well, no doubt that will help her, but as you said, now the challenges are surely going to come in this middle 1,000.
Absolutely going to be the key part of the race, and this is where we're going to see the race unfold and who's going to win. I think second 500 is always key. Let's get off the start and just establish your rhythm. Once you're in your rhythm, after 500 you can really push and push solidly. It doesn't matter who's in front in the single sculls at 500. What matters is how you come through the middle. And
already, as you suggested there, 2 from the left of your picture, that's Rumiana Nekova of Bulgaria. 2 world titles since she suffered that unfortunate defeat in Sydney. I always thought, Martin, they should have given them both gold medals on that occasion, because if it took that long to separate them, they both deserve gold. And she has made a move and now moved up into second place. And Karsten now, 2 from the bottom of your picture there a moment ago, in the bronze medal position.
Yeah, just looking at Karsten, I have to say, she didn't look as comfortable as she normally does. I think her rating's slightly higher. Normally she's just sat in there. She's a little lower at a cadence than that, and maybe not on the top of her form in this part of the race.
Half distance, and Napkova now with about half a length over the Bulgarian, and then Belarus and Michelle Garrett in just about 4th place. I had her crossing the line there with Zhang pretty close to her as well. And now Napkova beginning to look a little anxiously to her left there. She can see the Bulgarian, who, I have to say, didn't have the greatest preparatory campaign coming into these games, but has looked really good this week.
Yeah, I mean, she's an absolute class act. I mean, she looks great walking around the boat park here. She really carries herself well, and out on the water, you know, she's sort of, I suppose, not quite just a slip of a girl, but she's smaller than someone like Karsten, and she's a superb technical sculler. And I must say, you know, what we're talking about in the middle part of the race, she's really taken it to Napkova, and that second 500 was the fastest out of all the single scullers. So I don't know how much that's going to take out for this third quarter, But Carsten, I think, has sensed danger, and she's really trying to go with Nikova in this really important third quarter of the race.
And Michelle Guéret there, 2 from the top there in the white hat. Well, there's 3 of them with white hats, but 2 from the top of the picture there from Bristol, Connecticut. She's been improving, and she's right there on the premises. I mean, she's close enough to think that a bronze medal at least might be hers.
Yeah, I mean, there's Nikova just looking across there. I mean, she's been in this position in front of Carsten so many times, so she's just got to keep that rhythm. Another look across. I saw her take a look, actually, just about 10 strokes off the start. There's no doubt who her focus is on. It's on Carsten. I think Napkova's paid for that fast start, and this is going to be a great finish, because I'm sure Carsten's going to come right back at her.
Just over 500 metres to go, and Nikova really turned the screw coming into the last 500 metres there, pulling out the advantage. Carsten's alert to it, but has she got the answers? Nikova, as you said, has tried this tactic before, and it didn't work, but this time she's got clear water, Martin.
And that's an amazing advantage to have with 500 metres to go. I think this is going to be one of those races where she's going to hang on and hang on, but she's just pushed. She's just pushed on just to keep that stern just clear of Carsten's bows.
And look at Guéret. Guéret's gone past Napkova, and that illness which we heard about in the semi-finals does seem to be telling on her now. And Guéret, look at this. America's Michelle Guéret vying with Ekaterina Carsten, 5 times a world champion, twice an Olympic gold medalist, and the American is almost in silver.
Oh, I've not seen Carsten suffer like this in the last 500 metres. Normally she just pumps the power up and she moves back, and Nikova must think she must have this in the bag with Guéret coming. Yeah, what a great race here.
And what about Zhang? Zhang also beginning to close up for China, and the crowd, 20,000 of them in those grandstands on the far side. This is one of the really great women's single sculls, and it's Rumiana Nikova still holding the best part of that length lead. Michelle Guéret moving into solid silver here. Carsten stuck in bronze, and not too many more strokes to go to the line here. Nikova looks across at Michelle Guéret, looks across at Carsten. Zhang coming, maybe Zhang thinks that she's got a chance of getting into the medals, and that would be sensational for the Chinese in the first of the finals.
Yeah, but Nikova up at 38 strokes a minute. I think she knows she's going to have Guéret, but Guéret's finishing sensationally quickly. What a finish.
Yeah, Guéret really lifting her game here. This, the finest race we've seen from the American, and Nikova into the last 15 strokes, less than that to the line now. Nikova holding on. Guéret is charging. Carsten holding Zhang in 3rd place, but it goes to Bulgaria, and that is sweet, sweet revenge for Rumiana Nikova. That is sensational for Michelle Guéret, and what a disappointment for Ekaterina Carsten.
Oh, amazing. You know, after winning all those World Cups this season and the seasons before, she was my absolute strong favourite. But watching Nikova there, I mean, this is real justice for Sydney. She must feel her time has come 8 years after that agonising wait to lose out on Olympic gold.
Rumiana Nikova, what a great moment. That really does top off her career. And Martin, just look at that face. Now, you were an Olympic champion in Los Angeles in 1984. You just know what she's feeling at the moment.
Absolutely. Proudest moment of your life to be up there. But I tell you, it's something special in the single sculls. Every rower, every athlete wants that chance to be the Olympic singles champion. And after that 8-year wait, you know, I'm absolutely chuffed for her.
Yeah, they really are the gladiators. Great sportsmanship, a personal best, a huge one for Michelle Guéret. And, well, Ekaterina Carsten, will she stay on and try yet again? Too early to say, but 3 terrific smiles.